What's good? What's good? What's good? TSB World. We back with another reaction video. Today we got Yahki Awaken. Says all disease comes from a psychological problem. Plus what the Bible says about women. Hey man, like I told y'all, I'm about to be reacting to more of these types of videos, along with still the YouTube basketball videos and whatnot. But yeah, man. If y'all ain't seen the other Yahki Awaken video I just reacted to, go check that one out. But yeah, let's hop into this.
Right? Hating your heart brings on epinephrine and norepinephrine. That damage the liver. That's why most people with hatred and grief die of liver disease or liver symptomologies, because your liver is blocked and it can't unpack itself. You see a lot of people with diabetes. That's the lack of love for oneself inside the community. That's why you have that infatuation or that association with sugar. And you emotionally eat all the time, which drive your sugar up, which kills the pancreas and Langerhans inside of the pancreas, which produces beta cells that produce insulin. So it makes you very, very sugar sensitive and insulin resistant, all because of emotion. So yeah, your environment, spirituality, and I want to show y'all this too. All of the high spiritual monks were vegan. All of the high spiritual Indians were vegan. They all talked about how when they went away from meat, that's when they was really able to open up their consciousness, because the meat and the blood spilling and the spiritual significance, the biological impressions and the high cortisol and the stress hormones from the meat that they was killing and eating kept their body bound to their nervous system. A lot of them couldn't even.
Hey man, I'm one person who ain't never gonna go vegan, but I do agree with that. I do agree with the fact that when I eat meat, I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a self-observer now, and I'm constantly trying to upgrade or raise my frequency. So when I eat meat or when I eat something that isn't good for me, I feel it. Like I feel it in my energy. I feel it in my frequency, especially fast food. Don't even get me started on fast food. I feel that shit immediately.
Astral project, because they were so grounded into their body because of all of that spiritual chromatic energy coming from killing the meat. So yeah, diet have a very, very, very
Bro, your diet is everything, bro, especially for your frequency and your energy.
And then you got to think about it. When you eat things, you become it. And that's why I talk about angry birds a lot. And people eating all of this angry chicken. And you see people inside of Popeyes killing each other over $1 chicken sandwich. You can Google it. People died over that when they did them dollar chicken sandwich at Popeyes and Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
Negroes was killing each other over chicken.
Over chicken, bro.
I've never seen somebody kill each other over salad. I was just saying. Never seen
but to be fair, you don't eat chicken, and I ain't gonna lie. That Popeyes chicken, it was to die for.
It was to die. You see what I'm saying? Even, you see that literally? You hear what he just said?
He said it's to die.
Look, brother, you proving my point right here though. The chicken was to die for. That is some crazy words, brother.
I'm just joking.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when you think about it though, certain foods ground you. And then we got to talk about the electrical chemical processing of foods. All foods have a chemical signature. When you eat food, you're eating it for the chemical signature that it gives in your body. We have to quit looking at our body like this stuff is real. These are holographic coatings. We're living in a hologram. This flesh is not real. What's real is this light that's projected into this flesh. All this stuff is made of codes. When you look at one of the top physicists in the world, they peeled back the veil of reality and they found out it was an actual code, a sequence of
bro, watch the movie The Matrix, bro. If y'all haven't seen The Matrix and y'all are into this type of shit and y'all believe this type of, bro, go watch the movie The Matrix, please. That is the perfect representation, the perfect example of what he is trying to explain, or what he is explaining. Go watch that movie. It'll open your mind up. But don't watch it just for entertainment or just for, really watch it to get something from it, and to, you know what I'm saying, really watch it from here. You know what I'm saying? Really don't just watch it. Don't just be watching it right here. Be watching it with your mind too, like, you know what I'm saying?
Ones and zeros, just like
all three of them. Not just watch all. No, it's I think it's 4 now, maybe. I think it might be 4 out. Bro, watch all of them. I'm telling y'all.
And then now it's this new study where people will get on. They peeled back the veil of reality and they found out it was an actual code, a sequence of ones and zeros, just like the Matrix. And then now it's this new study where people will get on LSD. They will take acid, they will get a red light flashlight, they'll put it against the wall and they can read the actual code of reality on LSD. So when you start getting into it, there's many different, on mushrooms, certain mushrooms or certain hallucinogenics, you can see the code in the fabric of reality. Man, this is a digital world we in. This is the grid. We are literally living behind a veil. And then when you look at our eye spectrum, we only can see certain lights of frequencies. We only can hear
Oh,
certain hertz of frequencies. That's the reason why you can buy a dog whistler. You can
and that's one of the things that I be thinking. I'm gonna stop pausing as much. I be thinking about is like, how can anybody be certain we know anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you be so certain that we know for sure that anything is real or isn't real, and we can't even see everything that's here? We can't see every color that's here. We can't see all the energy, the electromagnetic field that's here. You see what I'm saying? You can only see that shit through certain scientific tools and shit. You can't. When you just look with these two eyes, we're not seeing every color around here. We're not seeing all the energy that's around here. We're only seeing a part of it. You see what I'm saying? We not even seeing the whole. I'm telling you, that's why you can't. I don't think you just can't be too sure about anything. You can't be too sure about anything. I think you can have your beliefs based off your experiences and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, but as far as being too sure about anything, bro, look around, bro. Look around. How can you be so sure? How can you be so sure and you can't see everything? That it don't make sense
blow
to
the
me.
dog whistle, you can't hear it, but the dogs in the neighborhood will start barking.
Right.
It's shit
Meaning
you
that
can't
your
hear. It's shit the animals, like I keep saying, it's shit you can't even hear. It's shit you can't see. It's shit you can't hear. That's right here, right now. But we can't see it or hear it. But you sure that like, you know what I'm saying? I don't
your
know,
ears are
bro.
not even in tune to those certain frequencies and
I don't know.
vibrations. So we are literally experiencing the world through a keyhole,
A
man. We
lens.
really are. So there's a lot of things that exist outside of this realm or outside of this grid or outside of this matrix that you're not tapped into, and you can't tap into unless you raise your vibratory resonant frequency. And fruits will do that. Certain vegetables will do that.
And
Fasting will
decalcify
definitely
this.
do that. Going on, liquid diets would do that. Praying would do that. And humming. Humming does amazing things. It releases about 15 times more nitric oxide
Stretching,
within inside the
meditating.
bloodstreams. It brings in
You know what I'm
oxygen into
saying?
certain things. It
Eating the right
decalcifies the
foods.
pineal gland. It decalcifies the throat chakra just by humming. And that's why you see on the slave plantations back in the day, they use
Yeah.
and that's because they probably don't even know where they got it from.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the epigenetic biological history was
The
transferred down
intuition.
to
Yeah.
them by the ancient ones and by our ancestors, and they use this humming to decalcify their
Yeah.
bodies, to help move their blood, to actually
Raise their
expand
vibration. You
and
know what I'm saying?
vasodilate their arteries, because it increases nitric oxide. Another thing that plants do,
Yeah.
when you eat plants and you eat these plants and you chew them and they digest and break down right, it actually go into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
The bloodstream brings it to the actual dermis of your skin. The sun then hits your skin and it turns nitrate into nitrates, and then nitrates into O2O3, and then this releases nitric oxide as well just by eating plants. And you cannot do that from eating animals. So it's just so many scientific things to show you what we really supposed to be eating, man. We are not a violent people. We was made to protect ourselves and made to protect our families, but we was not made to take a life just to sustain our bodies. So then you're gonna have all the carnivores out there saying, well, what about a plant?
Right.
When you eat the plant, you're killing a plant.
Right.
Well, if you're truly frugivore, you don't kill the plant, you're eating the reproductive part of the plant. The seed go back into the ground and you regrow it from there. So that's even another thought. So, but I used to teach that food was number one, and it's not. When you eat and where you eat is more important than what you eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that again. When you eat and where you eat is more important than what you eat.
Really?
And I'm not saying that what you eat doesn't matter, but it does, because it do.
Obviously,
I'm just saying
yeah.
that's the last on the list in that equation. So
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site.
I
in just
never
a
knew
single
that. I ain't
prompt
gonna
with
lie.
Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Where vibe coding meets drag and drop.
food for thought first. What are you entertaining? What thoughts are you entertaining? The second thing will be sunlight. Is you eating the sun? Because if you're not eating the sun, then you're not eating no way. Those have more biochemical reactions in your body than any food any day. It's called radiochemical.
Hey,
genesis.
get out in the
Then after
sun,
that,
man.
you
I just
get
made a TikTok on
photogenesis.
that.
That's what
I
food.
just made a TikTok on that at Red Pill TSB. Red Pill TSB on TikTok. I just made a video about getting out in the sun and sunbathing and just enjoy. You don't even got to sunbathe. Go outside and do a workout or stretch or read a book or I don't want to say watch something on your phone, but you know what I'm saying? Watch something on your phone. Get out and get in the sun. Now, obviously, it's a rainy day out right today. I can't even get out in the sun, but every chance you get out in the sun, 10, 15 minutes a day, that's all you need, bro. It's going to raise your testosterone. Obviously, vitamin D, it's going to have your skin looking good. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel better throughout your days. You're going to feel more energy, natural energy, instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like I said on the TikTok, you're having to use caffeine. Get your ass up and get in the sun, bro.
Food come into play at.
And it's also on my
third in
YouTube shorts.
creation. Food was actually third in creation. So that's our third priority. The priority. The first one is spirit. The second one is sun. Then the third one will always be food. So if you don't have spirit and you don't get that sunlight, then the food ain't gonna matter anyway. And that's why we see a lot of angry, a lot of convicted vegans that eat healthy, have the six packs in the gyms every day, but they are the most egotistical and the most murderous and the most mentally out of shape people I've ever seen in my life, because they missed the first two ones: spirituality and the connection with Mother Earth and the sun.
Right. Now I ain't gonna lie. TikTok tried to hate on us, right? But they lifted the restriction. Now we going up. It's a lot of women in here shooting at you, man. They trying to get at you, man. You see it in there too, right?
Yeah, it's always like that.
I just want to ask, like, I'm not. Are you in a relationship? Let's throw that out there, because if you are, I don't want to trip you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not even gonna do that. But let's just say for a man like you, what does a man like Yahki or somebody in this position look for from another woman? You know,
well, that's a good question. Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31. Can we read it real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll be throwing my phone.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to read this because I think this is good for every woman. This is an amazing text. Proverbs 31. This is what I look for. And then I want to break it down too, because we can break this down from a biological standpoint too.
Let's do it.
Matter of fact, before we get there, I just want to show y'all how amazing the body is. Did y'all know that the placenta does not come from the baby, nor do the placenta come from the actual mother, but it comes from the father? The placenta. Do you know that the placenta comes from 100% of the father's chromosomes and DNA makes the placenta? For those that don't know what the placenta is, the placenta is how the baby eats. The placenta is how the baby receives its oxygen. The placenta is how the baby get rid of carbon dioxide. The placenta protects the baby, give it all of its growth hormones. Without the placenta, the baby will not grow. So this just shows you that the moment of conception, when that baby is first conceptualized, right, the placenta start to be formed. The father is still working to provide food. The father is still working to provide oxygen, or what we call consciousness, to the baby. The father is still working to provide a steady flow of bloodstream. So the father provides a way for the baby to get the food. Guess what the woman do? She eats the food. The woman eats the food break down, and then the baby receives it from what the father provided, which is the placenta. And that's how the baby actually receives the food. The father creates the placenta for the baby to get his water source. The mother drinks the water, right? But the father provided that piping network. The mother drinks the water, then the baby received the water. So it just shows you this relationship before the baby is even out of the womb, how the roles of the mother and of the father. A father, he builds the house, but the house ain't furnished. The house ain't got no pictures up. The house ain't got a table. The mother make it a home. The father go and get the meal. He bring it to the actual house, and then the mother takes it and cook it and turn it into a meal. So the father get the food, provide the food, she turn it into a meal. The father makes the money.
Yeah.
The mother have all of these bright ideas on how to flip the money and make the money grow and get greater. So when you look at a woman is a finisher, man. A woman is a finisher. So when it comes to Yahki looking for a woman, especially with my polygynous mind state, I'm looking for a finisher, a woman that's able to complete. All right, baby, I'm gonna go build this house. I need you to come decorate. I'm gonna go get the food. Can you cook and make it a home? I got this business idea, but I'm out getting the bag. I'm out working. While you at home with the children, raising the children, can you help me sharpen up on these ideas? And what I notice, if you find a woman that we finna read like this, you give her a bag, she gonna turn it into millions of dollars, man.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
So check this out.
And we read from what again?
This is the I'm gonna read from the King James Version Bible.
Yeah.
King James Version Bible. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. All right, let's do it. Man, y'all gonna love this. All right, Proverbs 31, I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, the description of a worthy woman. Who can find a virtuous woman? A virtuous woman is a glorified, clean, pure woman. Question mark. But her price is far above rubies. Now, if y'all know about rubies at this particular time, when this was written, rubies, gold, and silver was top tier when it came to precious metals and gemstones. So rubies was like wearing VVS diamonds. It says her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her. This is a woman I can trust in because I know she gonna handle her business. So that he shall be need of, that he have no need of spoil. Nothing she brings to him will spoil. Nothing is left on the table. Everything count with this woman. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Anything she have to do with this man is to help prolong his life and to make him better. She seeketh wool. See that? Because we have now, and this is coming from a wealthy, rich man. I would never be broke again a day in my life. We have a bunch of women that's attracted to men like me because what we got, our status, our power, and our money, but they don't come with this type of mindset. Not saying that you can never be this, but this is what you need to be striving to, because we see a virtuous woman or a woman that look good in God's eyes as an actual worker. She helped build the children. She got a thinking mindset. She seeketh wool and flax. She worketh willingly with her hands, meaning she know how to make clothing. She can get on that sewing machine. Baby, you ain't got to go spend $2,000 at the Louis Vuitton store. Let's go over to China and find some good silk and find some organic cotton, and I'll make it myself. We can create our own clothing brand. That's the mindset of a woman I'm looking for. It says, she is like a merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. Hold on, baby. I know you out getting the bag. Write down the list of the things you want while you out working. I'm gonna go get the food and I'm gonna make it. So when they ask me what type of woman I want this woman right here. She raised also.
That's what. Hey, nah, it ain't just you. Hey, Yahki, it ain't just you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so dangerous to be in a relationship in this day and age anyways, just because of the energy that you sharing. It's a constant energy. It's a constant energy. What's the word? Combustion. Like y'all combining y'all energy constantly, and it's a constant energy transfer. It's a constant energy transfer. And if your girl don't have the right energy, or if you a female and your dude don't have the right energy all the time, and y'all ain't on the right vibration, that shit ain't, bro. That shit is set up for failure. Cause y'all not gonna be better in each other. If one of y'all look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the other can pick them up. But if it ain't, most of the time a 50-50 positive energy transfer, then it ain't gonna be productive. And that comes with knowing your role in a relationship. That comes with knowing what you need to do for a woman. That comes with knowing what you need to do for a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, relationships is what's killing a lot of men nowadays in general, and females, but especially the men, because a lot of men are letting the females just dictate everything. Not that females shouldn't dictate, but they should dictate through their role. Men should dictate through their role. You know what I'm saying? It should be an even energy transfer where each significant other in the relationship understands what their role is in God's eyes. What is your role in God's eyes? What did God say that you were put here to do as a woman in a relationship? You see what I'm saying? Are y'all constantly arguing with each other? Are y'all better, or are y'all better in each other? Or are y'all constantly speaking words to each other that are putting each other down because y'all toxic and y'all think it's cool to be toxic because we live in a day and age where that shit is cool now? Or are y'all constantly filling each other with love and positivity and ideas and ambitions? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. That's what I want personally.
So she ain't sleeping till 10 a.m. Because most likely y'all got children together, especially she a woman like this. You're going to be humping on her every night. She's definitely going to have your babies. So she getting up to make sure.
You know what I'm saying? What are your beliefs? What do you believe in? What do you stand on? Do you have morals? Bro, I'm telling you, bro. That's why I ain't in a relationship.
Good. She prepping for homeschool. She ain't sending her children off to school. She homeschooling them because she done bagged her a good husband. So she ain't got to work and make her own money anyway. He making the bag. It says she raises also while it was yet night and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. So she obviously, her man trusted with the bag, bro. She look at a plot of land and she go get it. So this is a woman that's trusted with her husband bag.
Yeah.
And she got her own duties. He out getting the bag. Hey, baby, while you out getting the food, while you out doing this and that, hey, if you see some properties for sale, go and do what you do, because I know you gonna flip it 10 ways anyway. This is the kind of woman I'm looking for. It says, she considereth the field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planteth a vineyard, so she not to grow her own food. She girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth her arms. She don't have no problems getting her hands dirty. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night, meaning she have a sound mind. She's not wavering in her faith, and her candle don't go out. She have a sound lit mind, man. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, meaning that she's constantly in control of her situation. She layers her hand to the spindle, where it's talking about a weaving spindle, or whether it's talking about the washing spindle. So she's taking care of her household. And we can keep going, but it talks about how her husband praised her. And I see a lot of men now, they getting into this mode where they feel like they woman ain't supposed to be praised. No, if your woman is the Proverbs 31 woman, she's supposed to be praised. I ain't say worship, but she's definitely supposed to be praised. She's definitely supposed to be talked about. She's definitely supposed to be just, you know, you got to be grateful for her, and you got to give her things. You got to let her know that you're there. Have her support, got her back. You know, you blessing her ideas, all of that. So I'm
a lot of, I'm not on the men's or women's side of this. A lot of men fuck up in that area too nowadays, where they aren't the man that they need to be for a woman. So you can't expect a woman to be the woman she could be, or the woman you want her to be for you. You see what I'm saying? It's all energy. It's all energy. Wherever your energy is what you're going to attract. You know what I'm saying? So if you are living that way as a man, you will attract that woman in due time. Your reality will attract that woman in due time. You see what I'm saying?
a
Same thing
Proverbs
for
31
women.
woman. And that's a woman that knows how to be a finisher.
If you're serious about doing well on the LSAT, like this is the way. Yeah, I mean, it really like changed my life.
I got a 170. I got a full ride to the University of Florida, Levin Law School. And then I ended up with a 176.
Was able to raise my
Or knows how to complete, because that's what a woman was created for. I ejaculate in a woman, from that I get a baby. I build the house, she make it a home. I go provide the food, she make it a meal. I have the business idea, I fund it, she multiplies that money. That's the type of woman that I'm looking for.
Okay, now I do want to respond to this because this was interesting. Somebody in the chat was like, King James, shaking my head like, you just kind of went in on the Bible a little bit. So they were trying to figure out the contradiction of you quoting the Proverbs versus what you just said about Jesus. So,
Well, King James, what? There's many different stories about King James. Some people say King James was a homosexual. I would say prove that. Some say he was a white man. No, he was black. I would say prove that he was a white man. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's best if we take this as a mystical,
Metaphor.
spiritual system or not. And I can read that whole text in Hebrew. I bet you the person that just said that can't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's time for us to stop taking everything so literal
Metaphor.
and start applying what works for us and putting away what don't. Like me, I'm not gonna go out and kill a lamb. I don't eat meat. But you see in the book of Leviticus, it's talk about clean meat and they talk about unclean meat. I think all meat unclean. I don't think you're supposed to put no animal flesh in your mouth. So take what applies to you, apply it, and what don't. The question was, what type of woman I'm interested in? That's my answer. That's the type of woman I'm interested in, whether it's from King James or not. I love King James' description of that type of woman.
there you go.
That's the type of woman that I got and I want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need 3 of those women.
You need 3 of those. Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
Yeah, because I need 3. Hey, man, like I told y'all, I'm going to be reacting to more of these types of videos. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know any other videos that y'all think I should react to. Let me know even like any books y'all like recommend that is aligned with this type of stuff that you know what I'm saying? Because I like shit like that. So, yeah, man, give me more videos to react to. Hit me in the comments. Y'all go check out Yahki Awaken. And we gone.